Hey guys, I'm Kat.
And I'm Sunny.
And this is our
2 cents. First of all, thank you guys so much for clicking this video. We know this is not our usual type of video. It's like not even really a reaction to an anime. What? But I had this idea while I was watching a video because as I was watching it, I started talking back to it. And I felt like I could have been talking to you. So just a little background on this video. It's a video by Glass Reflections. It's talking about hidden gems of anime. Like literally, I was watching the video and I started talking back to my phone.
Your phone?
I was watching it on my phone, yeah. And so I was just like, I should be recording this. Not that I don't agree with him, but it's just, I have maybe some different takes. And I'm sure you have some different opinions of it too.
I don't really know what to expect from this video, but Sadie tells me it's good, so we're gonna go check it out.
Yes, hopefully it's interesting. Don't really know where this video is gonna go, but if you like it, hit the like button and let us know.
Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments too. I'm pretty excited. If it's getting Sadie to talk this much about it, I'm curious what it is that's being discussed.
Uh-oh. So let's just get on into it. We don't know where we're going, but we'll find out. If you guys haven't checked out Glass Reflections and you want anime review type videos, go check him out. Go check out his channel. It's good. I've been watching him for a long time. Really good. And tell them we sent you.
Yeah, say you're here from 2 cents.
Yeah.
So, a bit of history, I suppose. A couple of weeks ago, I released a video on me attempting to define what a hidden gem is, as far as anime is concerned. The comment section became a treasure trove
That's cool.
of everyone else's hidden gems. Instead of people telling me how they defined a hidden gem, it more so just became a big-ass section of people just listing their own hidden gems. Anime that need a little bit more spotlight, but are still very much gems to them. Well, hey, a lot of people have posted their hidden gems in the comment of that video. Why don't we just respond to that? Because not only will there be things in there that I probably didn't think of and wouldn't put into a video, but maybe there's something in there that's worth talking about or having a look at. I don't know yet. Doing this on the fly.
Just like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put in 2 caveats as we continue going down this list. 1, just because I don't like it does not mean it's not a hidden gem. That is not a qualification. You don't need to have my personal recommendation to be a hidden gem. We're gonna throw that out there. Other people will like things that I don't like, and that is hidden gems to them, and that's perfectly fine. I think second caveat that I need to do, as I'm looking at these comments, is I'm gonna try and actually list out names for some of the comments that make sense. I don't guarantee I'll pronounce your name right. Please don't take offense to that.
We know that feeling too.
Yeah.
Comment or comment. I wonder what are some good hidden gems. My friend, Death Note.
No.
Me.
No.
NANI?
No. Yeah, definitely a NANI.
No, I won't agree with that. Death Note's not a hidden gem. I'm sorry. Death Note. Death Note.
Oh,
it's
very
good.
It is very
Classic
good.
mentality.
It's not a hidden
Death
gem.
Note's
It's
a
a
classic.
gem.
It's just a gem.
I will admit
It's a gem.
that Death Note is a gem. It is a
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
good
exactly.
series.
Yeah.
It has its ups, it has its downs. It's not hidden.
No.
I cannot in 2020, despite the fact that the show is
I don't think it's ever been hidden.
No,
getting
right?
close to 15 years old. When did Death Note come out? 2006? 2007? Death Note!
I think that's about right. Actually, I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Please, Death Note. Not a hidden gem. Great series. Please watch it if you haven't. Not
But
a hidden
at
gem.
least this
The
comment
Wanderer
is saying
comes
it's
in
not.
with
Yeah.
That's not
Elfen
though.
Lied. I'm
Right?
conflicted on this one, because
Okay, this is where I want.
I do
more of
feel
your
like
opinions
Elfen
and
Lied
stuff.
hasn't been talked about a lot.
I don't know. I feel like it's maybe because I was around when it was more popular.
Mm-hmm.
Like I heard it talked about a lot,
Right.
and it's one of those like the opening is very recognizable to
Yeah.
people. The character is very recognizable.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't seen it, you're like, oh, this is Elfen Lied.
Exactly. It might not be watched as much anymore, but it's not like it's obscure.
Yeah, like
Like-
it's definitely stayed relevant.
Yeah. And I feel like other recent shows maybe even do callbacks to it and stuff because it was so different when it first came out.
Yeah.
I don't think. To me, it wouldn't be considered a hidden gem.
I don't think. I mean, again, a gem. Like I liked
It's definitely
it.
yeah, it was good.
But I wouldn't say it's obscure enough to be considered
Yeah.
hidden. For me, when I think of a hidden gem, I think of something you really have to kind of search for.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if someone wanted to broaden their spectrum a little bit, it wouldn't be hard to get to Elfen Lied.
Yeah, because it's brought up like horror, you know.
It's like top so many things.
Yeah, it is brought up in a lot of top,
Top female pink-haired character, just female
right?
characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Top dislikable characters. Top horror, top gore.
Top gore, exactly, yeah. So, yeah. I don't think I would consider it.
For me, I wouldn't call it hidden gem.
I guess, to me, how I kind of judge something, if something's hidden, if an anime is hidden or not, is if people would recognize a cosplay of it. Like, on first viewing, you know?
Yeah.
So I think if someone were to cosplay, like, Lucy or something, they'll know. People will know. But I feel like if someone were to see it in, like, a con or, like, a photo of it, they'll know. Or at least most people will recognize it. So that's kind of my metric for it, I guess.
And, like, I see it mentioned a lot in, like, comments and recommendations. And, like, other people's videos, not just ours.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think it's that hidden.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe a little bit, but not enough to be considered a hidden gem.
It's not as talked about as it was.
Yeah.
But I want to see what else he says.
Oh, yes.
Just a remnant of my era of anime. It was very commonly brought up back in the day. But now, I feel like it is indeed brought up less. It's not a hidden gem yet, but I can see where people are coming from by calling it that, and I definitely feel like in a few more years, it absolutely will be.
I wouldn't say absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think so either. No.
I can't see it ever being a hidden gem.
Yeah.
I think people will keep it.
Keep bringing it up and everything.
The Rebellious Geek suggests
Jormungand.
Jormungand. I see that. I remember Jormungand. The good old days.
That's also...
Go ahead.
I don't know, like... I don't know, part of me is hesitant to say, like, if I've seen a lot of people talking about it.
Like, we had 2 of our patrons recently discuss it in our Discord.
Yeah.
And, like, go into depth about it. So it's like, is it really hidden?
Like, when that happened, I was like, oh, maybe it's more popular than I thought. Like, again, I haven't watched it. I had seen it around, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'll check it out. One day, that was a few years ago.
One day never came.
It's still coming, I guess.
Yeah, eventually. But it's talked about, at least in our circles, again, in our circles it's talked about, so I don't really see it as a hidden gem.
Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, maybe it's more popular than I thought.
Right? Maybe? It's in that weird, like, middle. And I mean, I guess also it's kind of, now with all the streaming services, it could be hard to consider what
hidden gem.
What's considered a hidden gem. Everything.
A lot of things are much more available than they used to be.
Yeah, than they used to be. Yeah, everything. A lot of stuff is resurfacing too. I don't know. This one I was conflicted on too.
Oh, I remember how much I compared it to Black Lagoon. Does Black Lagoon count as a hidden gem? Oh god.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
Jormungand is a series that I wouldn't mind rewatching, but I don't know if I would call it a gem.
Oh, I think one thing where I differ on his opinion is that something can become a hidden gem. Like, I feel like once it's been popularized, I can't see it becoming hidden. The reverse could happen, or it was a hidden gem and then becomes popular. But as time goes on and it's talked about less, like, I feel like that's more of it becoming like a cult classic.
A classic, that's what I was gonna say, yeah.
It doesn't gain obscurity because those people still know of it.
Yeah.
That's where we'll probably have a lot of difference of opinion.
Yeah, just disclaimer.
There will probably be more older ones that are hidden gems because now everything is so, like, well known. Like, you see everything coming out.
Yeah, you can keep up to date with everything.
Yeah.
So.
But
Travis Smith comes in and suggests
Slayers.
Now, ooh, that's a toughie, because Slayers is old. Slayers is the Slayers is kind of
Whoa,
aged.
watch it, buddy.
I would call Slayers a gem. I don't think it's hidden. That is definitely a series that still to this day gets brought up a lot. I don't feel like that's a hidden gem.
I guess, yeah, he has a very different circle than we do, because
Yeah.
I never hear it brought up. Like, if I see it in an opening video, it's rare, and I'm like, oh, here it is!
Yeah, exactly, right?
And it's usually in, like, the hard section, or, like, otaku. Even when I saw it, it wasn't in its prime, so I just kind of stumbled upon it. Like, I wasn't looking for fantasy or anything. It's just one that I found on my television, and I was like, okay, this is fun, I'm gonna end up watching 3 seasons of it.
Back when you had to just watch what was available to you.
No pirating or
Pirating, yeah, no pirating, no like, what's on Hulu, what's on
right.
Prime,
I don't want
Netflix.
Yeah.
Right, you have all these options.
For me, it's probably a hidden gem. I don't know how hidden it is, but apparently it's not that hidden
To him.
and to his circles.
In his circles, yeah. I think the only reason I really know about it is because you brought it up before. I never watched it. I don't think I ever heard about it beforehand. So I guess to me, if I watched it and I liked it and I considered it a gem, it'd be hidden.
If people do know it more, talk to me, because I don't know anybody.
Talk to Kat, because she doesn't know anybody. Talk to her about slaves.
But actually, I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't know a whole lot. I don't remember a whole lot.
Remind her what happened in Slayer.
Show me clips.
Yes, there you go.
I don't know, I'm a seal.
Go, comment below. Now.
You know, I would put it into that category of classic. I would put Slayers into the classic category. It requires a certain topic, so it's more like Higurashi, because Higurashi gets brought up a lot with horror anime. But if you don't follow that sphere, it won't get brought up. So we're gonna put it in the same level as Higurashi.
Okay.
MZX64.
Boogie Pop Phantom?
Boogie Pop Phantom.
I'm sorry, I should let him talk.
Oh no, go ahead.
I think maybe it was until recently with the new season.
But even then, I don't think the new season really brought up... I mean, it brought up, like, maybe older fans of it, but it's not like it brought it back to, like, popularity.
But it made it more relevant.
It made it more relevant, for sure. I don't think it was, like, promoted a whole lot, I guess, you know? It was just, like, fans of the show know about it, they'll go rewatch it or watch the new season series. I don't know that it created new fans. A whole lot of new fans, at least. Maybe some.
I'm sure some people who didn't know about it saw it, at least. If they became fans or not, maybe they didn't. But I don't know. Let me hear what he says.
Yes.
Right. It is. I just don't like it. Boogie Pop Phantom is on a very short list of like maybe 5 shows that I've attempted to watch and failed because I got bored. I realize that it has a cult following. I realize that there are some people who have watched Boogie Pop Phantom and love it to pieces. There's a reason why there was like this semi-remake sequel of Boogie Pop that came out very recently, because there's a market for that somewhere in the world. It's just not me.
Oh, dear.
So I will agree that it is a hidden gem for some people. I don't think it's a gem because I don't like it.
Fair.
Invalid Name comes in with, I think another thing that's important about hidden gems is that when you're in a dry patch with your anime watching or experience some burnout and you wonder when or if you're ever going to love another anime the same way that you loved some beloved anime of yours, hidden gems offer the possibility that your next favorite anime has already been made. And it's just that you don't know about it yet.
That's cool.
This is very true.
I kind of like that take.
Yeah.
Like, I deal with burnout in different ways. I have a number of shows and a couple of films, actually, that
I should listen to his story. But for me...
Yes, go ahead. It's okay.
I guess I kind of felt that way with Nanbaka. Because that was me trying to get back into anime after quite a long burnout. And there were a few... I was like, okay, I can watch this. But then with Nanbaka, that was when I was like, oh my god, let me keep going with this. And I was like, hey, look at this. Hey, look at this.
Watch this. It's great. Go. That's true. Yeah, because you got me to watch it. Yeah.
It was just so unexpected. I guess it was like a hidden gem for me at the time.
I think it could... if we're not basically going off of time or how old it is, I think it could be considered a hidden gem.
I want it to be. It's also one that I've kind of seen mentioned more recently. Like, there are people who know about it.
There are, but at the same time, it's like some people just have never heard of it before.
Yeah. Like, it's definitely not like mainstream popular, but it's one I will always treasure for that reason.
Yes. It is great. If you guys have not watched it, highly recommended. Go check it out. The dub is really good, actually. I don't usually recommend dubs.
But the dub is pretty good.
The dub is pretty good, yeah. Or the sub.
I'm sure the sub is just as good, so.
Whichever is your fancy, yeah. How do I deal with anime burnout? I switch to K-dramas whenever I'm done with anime. Like, let me watch the real people for a bit.
Let me see some real faces.
Some melodrama. Okay, that's enough melodrama. Back to anime.
You just kind of go back and forth.
Yep.
watched that I'm purposefully saving for a rainy day. So a good example for that is that I've never watched Pokorosa.
I kind of agree with him saying that he has certain anime that he is like holding off on.
For me, it's more like the more emotional ones or more sad ones.
Yes, there you go.
I'm like, I know this is good. I know I'm gonna like it. I don't want to cry today.
Yes.
So I'm gonna watch it later.
Exactly. Like, you lie in April, or March comes in like a lion, stuff.
Hana.
All the emotional ones that I'm like, this will get me to cry. I don't need to cry today.
Of course, there's shows you're watching without knowing you're gonna end up crying. Like, why are you doing this to me? I didn't want this.
This is true. JoJo. Actually thinking about it now, I don't know if I'm holding those off as like I'm in a anime slump type of anime, or it's just like I know I'm gonna love these. I'm not in the mood for them right now.
I don't really get in anime slumps. Me trying to get back into anime after quite a long burnout. I don't finish things very well.
This is very true. There's so many shows I'm like, I have 2 episodes left. 2!
Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho. Oh, Mob Psycho. Yeah. Oh no, I can't think of any shows. I'll post a list. Editor me will post a list of animes that I have like 2 episodes to watch.
Oh my gosh, if you look at my anime list,
Right, yeah.
my mouth, so much is on hold because like I'll start something and then life happens and I'm like, okay, let me start over, but then I just get to like the same point or like a little further.
Actually, no, I think I realized what I do. It's like, I'll start a show and then I'm like, oh my god, I really love this show so much, I don't want it to end. So I pause it. So then I know if I ever get in a slump, I'll go back and finish that, but then I'm like, oh, I gotta go rewatch everything, so nah, let me just go do something else instead.
I don't think I consciously say like, I don't want this to end, but
I do. I do.
But I do get that feeling like, oh, this is so great. And then as it starts to feel conclusive, I'm like, what is this? Let me look at something else.
You just get distracted.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many older shows that I'm like, oh, like, for some reason, the first one I think of is Hanasakeru Teishonen, which is like a shoujo reverse harem, which is so embarrassing. But it's like, I loved watching it when I was watching it, but I never finished it. Because I was like, no, I don't want this to end.
And if you never finish it, it never ends.
And if never, just like Naruto.
Yep. That's the key, guys, to making things last forever.
Exactly.
Everyone's alive, even though you know what happens. It's okay. They're still alive in this moment.
Exactly. Like, even shows recently, I have them on hold now. Arte, or like, what is it called? The really long one? My Next Life as a Villainess, All Roads Lead to Doom. That one I've put on hold because I'm like, okay, I want to like actually like sit down and enjoy this, watch it to conclusion, and I'm like, I'll never get back to it. Anyway, we kind of diverged from our topic.
Okay,
but yes.
He's talking about slumps.
Yes. Inuyasha.
Legend of the Galactic Heroes. There are going to be some people that don't like Legend of the Galactic Heroes. That's fine. Legend of the Galactic Heroes is in this.
This is one I've always wanted to look at. But I thought it was more of a classic.
I think that may be what he's gonna say.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't remember.
I guess I should let him talk.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. But yeah, like, cause there's so much of it.
Yeah, it's been around for so long. They still make things.
I'm sure it's very popular in Japan.
Yeah.
It's just not here.
Mm-hmm. Not as
Western.
It's not as promoted, yeah.
Yeah.
But I see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I always assumed it to be a classic.
Yeah.
Weird notoriety stage. I feel like how I would describe Legend of the Galactic Heroes is an anime that everyone knows exists, but few people feel the desire to watch for one reason or another. So there's my thoughts on Legend of the Galactic Heroes in this context for the moment.
Oh, okay.
Megatron.
Claymore.
I don't know. I almost feel like I don't want to call Claymore a gem. But that's because,
yes,
I have become one of those people that prefer the manga. For a long time, I really did like Claymore because that was like, when I first watched Claymore, I think when it came out, that was around the time where I was very much into Berserk, very much into Hellsing, and this was like just more of that. And I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
But the anime for Claymore kind of falls off near the end, and it doesn't end on any sense of a narrative conclusion that was in any way satisfying, and the manga keeps going far after that and does its own thing and is much better at doing it. So it's like, I would like to recommend Claymore, especially like maybe the first half of.
For me though, like, when it's not canon, I don't really consider it judge-worthy.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, they messed up the ending, but the rest of it was, I felt a decent adaptation of what was in the manga. I don't know, maybe I just like their glowing eyes.
Their eyes were glowing in the manga too. They had that like shine.
They did, but I liked seeing it animated.
Oh, okay. Because I read the manga, and then, what was it, like a couple years ago? You got me to start watching the anime. Did we even get to the point where
we never finished?
But did we even get to the point where the anime diverges from the manga?
I don't think so.
No, right?
You watched it on your own, though, right? Or no, you were like, I get it.
No, yeah, I think I was like, I'm okay. I'll just go back and reread it and finish it, because I never finished the manga, which I still haven't finished the manga.
For the anime of Claymore, just because the ending sucks, I don't consider the whole anime to be a failure.
I mean, he was saying he suggests maybe like half of it.
Yeah, so as he started saying that, I'm like, okay, I kind of agree with that.
I don't know. I like Claymore. I liked it. Recommend it.
Yeah, I do like the series.
The art is really pretty though. The art is very like intricate and like all those dark lines and everything. We gotta go back.
But I don't know if I'd call that one a hidden gem though.
Right. Yes, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I feel like it's pretty well known.
Yeah. Like if people bring it up, people will know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, I really like this show. What?
But I think it's kind of like Elfin Lead, like people know it when they see it.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he might say something like that too.
More? Because I thought that was really good. Really good.
That's right.
And it just kind of went So, I don't know. If I had any problems with Claymore, it's that I don't know if I would call it a gem. But it is definitely at this point hidden, I think. Milady says, Nana. If there's anything in this comment section, if there's any suggestion of what should be a hidden gem, I feel like Nana is the closest thing to the perfect example. At least out of anything that I've seen yet. Nana is a series that if I have found someone that has watched it, I will almost guarantee that if you've watched it, you like it. And I feel like that's only the case because the only type of people that would end up watching Nana are probably the people that would feel like they're gonna like it
go searching for it.
Watch it. So that's why they do. But no, Nana is an amazing series.
I think Nana would be a hidden gem.
I feel like I'm gonna hold off on that because Nana's kind of on my short list for other things to talk about.
It was pretty talked about.
It was. Like, wasn't there a live action movie of it, right? And like, I hear the songs from it pretty often. I have them on my phone.
That's why you hear them often.
Yeah, maybe that's why I hear them often. But I guess, I don't hear it talked about a whole lot.
But yeah, I think maybe it's one of those in certain circles less so. Yeah. But I guess in the grand scheme of things, it could still be considered a hidden gem.
Yeah.
But it is definitely a hidden gem. I absolutely think it's like on the pedestal of prime examples of hidden gem.
Sit down and watch it too, actually.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to that.
Me too.
107 comes in with
Darker Than Black.
Darker Than Black.
Yeah.
This one's interesting because it's a Bones anime. And usually anything by...
This is one, I was watching it, and then it was unavailable. And then I started watching it somewhere else, and then it was unavailable.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Now I can't find it. With everywhere that it is, I'm like, I just want to finish watching it.
Really? It's not like on Hulu?
It was on Hulu. That's where I started watching it. Without an account, like free with ads.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
back in the day, yeah.
And then apparently it was expiring, so then it was gone. Now they have season 2, but not season 1.
Oh my gosh. That's like the bad season too.
And then I found it on Prime, and I was like, okay, cool, I can watch it on here. And even today, I think, this morning, I was looking it up, and it's like, this title is currently unavailable. And I was like, what the hell? I've never sat down and watched it all. I always wanted to. He's so cool.
He is really cool. I love this series.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of those series that I'm like, I've watched like multiple times. So, I guess... Is it hidden? Is it a gem? It's a gem.
It's a gem for sure.
It's a gem for sure. Is it hidden?
But I don't think it was ever really greatly talked about. Like, I found out a lot about it, and I shared it with my friends. And I think... I saw a lot of previews for it, but I think that was on the same stuff.
Just over and over again. Multiple watches.
Like, when they would talk about bones, and it's like, here it is. It's the studio that brought you Fullmetal Alchemist, Darker Than Black, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Our truth exists beyond the gates.
Right. I think this is one that I don't want it to be a hidden gem, because I think people should watch it.
It's definitely one people should watch.
Yeah.
Hence the gem part.
Hence the gem, yeah.
Unfortunately, I think it's a little hidden.
Gotta get out of obscurity. Go back to mainstream.
Both it and Rusei no Gemini were very popular when it came out. I think it came out in 07? I think that's when Darker Than Black came out. Editing me will fix that, I'm sure.
Okay.
I think that I would put Darker Than Black, because of its popularity at the time, in that weirdo position where I don't feel like it's a hidden gem yet, but I definitely think it will be in a few more years. Or maybe it is already. It all depends on like what circles you partake in. Like if I'm saying Darker Than Black and you've never heard of it before, it's a hidden gem for you.
That's one of the early ones were like,
Darker Than Black?
Hey, let me talk to you some more.
Wait. Have you heard of a series, Darker Than Black?
Darker than Black? What?
So yeah, I think to us, it wasn't hidden.
Yeah, but we have very similar tastes.
Garrett, 1433. Wolf's Rain. Now that I'm thinking about it, when I mentioned that Darker Than Black was further elevated because it was a Bones show, technically you'd think that would apply to Wolf's Rain as well, but I almost feel like it doesn't. Then again, Wolf's Rain was like early Bones.
That's one that I might have thought was a hidden gem until recently. Because I feel like recently I've seen more and more people talking about it. That's just come up into my circle more, I guess.
That's true. And also because new stuff isn't coming out right now, or hasn't been coming out, so people have been watching older shows recently.
Like Anime News Network is doing reviews on it.
Yeah, they're doing like episode reviews on it.
So now especially more people are at least getting exposed to that.
Maybe before all of this? Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Even just a couple years ago.
I don't know. I wasn't around the anime circle community when it came out, I don't think. But yeah, so like I discovered it, and then I feel like it was popular around the time when I was discovering it. It's mentioned, but it's not really brought up a whole lot, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like of the lesser known ones, it's more known, if that makes sense.
Right, yeah.
Because I think it did have more popularity early on.
Right.
So I think it's kind of similar to Darker Than Black.
Yeah.
Maybe I think it is a little older, so maybe it is a little more obscure than Darker Than Black.
That's another one I'm like, I need to go back and finish. Is it a hidden gem? It's a gem. It's partially hidden, I guess. Mostly.
I'll say it's in that in between.
Yeah.
Depends on who you talk to, I guess.
I think it's. Yeah. I don't want to like go back and forth, keep going back and forth. Yeah, she's gonna put it in that odd middle ground. I still see it mentioned.
Yeah.
And stuff. And like top whatever.
Yeah, and again, like, recently I think it's less hidden.
Right, yeah.
And also I think Wolf's Rain is one of those things where I don't consider it a gem because I didn't like it. I even remember doing my video on it where I really honestly felt like at the time I didn't know what I was watching. I felt like a lot of the show went over my head, and maybe if I was to go back and watch it
true.
now,
I kind of agree with that.
Like
I don't think I was
11 years after the fact, I'd get a lot more
mature enough to understand
than I did
it, I guess,
when
or
I
maybe
first attempted to watch it. It is definitely hidden.
Go rewatch it
so
again.
then I feel like for Wolf's Rain, it's just a matter of whether or not you consider it a gem. So then maybe, if you look back to the Darker Than Black comparison, I feel like Wolf's Rain is where Darker Than Black will be in another few years. Let's go with that. Mr. Death 2.
Ergo Proxy.
That's why I said I'm gonna...
That's another one that I might have thought was a gem before, but now I've seen it. Like, that and Black Lagoon, I see it mentioned a lot more in like the past 5 years.
I guess, I don't know, to me, I've never finished watching it. To me, it seems like it's always just been around. Like, people would know about it, and it's probably just because of who I talk to. I don't think Ergo Proxy, and I think hidden.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've never talked to anybody who's watched it or known it.
Really?
I guess I talked to you, but I didn't know you watched it.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch it either. I just seen it around. It's one I've always seen around, and was like, oh, I'll watch this one day. It looks cool. So maybe I just didn't know how popular it was.
Yeah. I don't... Weird middle ground, I'd say.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yes. No, Ergo Proxy is definitely a hidden gem. It also doesn't help that for a long time it was unavailable until Funimation repicked it up.
Maybe
Is
that's
Funimation still the license holder for Ergo Proxy? Oh god, I hope so. Because that means that I can actually say, hey, go watch it.
I think it is on Hulu.
Even if it's on Funimation's website, which is still garbage. He suggests
Gankutsuo.
Gankutsuo is...
No.
You don't think so?
I mean, I don't want it to be a hidden gem. It's so great. But... it's not hidden to me, okay?
That's another one, like, I think for sure it was a hidden gem. I don't know if it still counts as a hidden gem. I think more people do know about it. It's very recognizable if you see it.
I don't know. I mean, I think Giguk who obviously has a huge following, did a video about it a couple years ago, I think, where he talked about it. So maybe it wasn't. It's not a hidden gem anymore. I don't want it to be in hidden anime territory because I think more people should watch it. Probably is in hidden gem anime territory, but go check it out. But then at the same time, it's like, I feel like not everybody's gonna like it.
I think it is very niche.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a hidden gem, but it's also very weird. It was one of those shows that has a very unique animation style, specifically in how they textured and colored everything. It is an absolutely fascinating
unique,
show.
but I don't think
its
it's
visuals are amazing, and its narrative is the Count of Monte Cristo. That is a story that has been around in classic lit for a while, but they decided to take it and put this futuristic spin on everything.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I don't think you should consider it as an adaptation, more like a creative retelling of it.
No, Anya mentions Death Parade. I brought up Death
I don't think so.
No. No.
That one's not hidden at all.
That one was not hidden at all. And it's still not hidden.
No, yeah.
People still talk about it.
Especially the opening.
Bradio just came to one of our cons last year. The people who do the opening. It was amazing. The man can sing his lungs out and it still sounds great. It's just, So yes, it's not, I don't think it's hidden whatsoever.
Definitely a gem.
Yes. Let's go watch it.
And yes, Death Parade is an example of a hidden gem. In my mind, it's still fairly recent. But Death Parade is a show that was really popular when it came out. People aren't talking about it anymore. If it's not a hidden gem now, it is going to be in a few years. And that is, I guess, both good and sad. I like things being a hidden gem because it gives me an excuse to talk about them, to try and be like, wait, you haven't seen this? Please go see this.
I think a lot of people would say they have.
Feel jealous of the people that haven't watched these shows yet. MDC suggests Princess Tutu. I agree, but I'm also well aware of my own biases when it comes to Princess Tutu. Princess Tutu was one of my favorite anime ever.
Okay.
One of them. I haven't made a list in a while. It hasn't been updated, but it's definitely on there. So I feel like at least the people that I hang out with on a regular basis, I'm the one that keeps telling them about Princess Tutu. So maybe for them it's not a hidden gem, and then for me it might not be a hidden gem either. But I still want to consider it one, because I still feel like a lot of people haven't watched Princess Tutu, and you should. It's an absolutely amazing series.
That one is a good show. Yeah, I think it was never really talked about too much.
Yeah, I didn't really hear it talked about until, like, we started talking about it. And we mentioned it. It's like, oh yeah, I watched it. But other than that, I've seen a couple people talk about it, like, on the internet, but that's about it.
I don't really hear it too much unless I've seen, like, the voice actress or something. Or someone who's worked on it or knows it really well.
Right, yeah. I guess, yeah, if you were to go to a con and bring it up to, like, the voice actress or the voices, they'd be like, oh wow, you know, they'd be like, oh, you're talking about it.
They all really like it too.
Yeah.
So when they find someone who knows it, they're like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess, yeah, it's definitely a gem, and I guess it is hidden. But actually, I'm not disagreeing that it's a gem, but I think when I watched it, I didn't really understand a lot of it when I was watching it. So I think for sure that one I need to go rewatch. Because I got, like, the basic premise and, like, the basic plot, but there was a lot that went over my head. Did
you finish it?
Like, I got to the conclusion and everything, and then I was like, oh, that was cool. But what?
It is a lot darker and deeper than it initially lets on.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the characters' emotions and, like, the reasoning behind it, I didn't quite grasp very well. Could have been also that I just wasn't really paying attention to it. Or watching it, like, binge watching or something, but it's definitely one that I'm always like, I should really go rewatch it just to be able to understand it better, get a better grasp. Like, their character arcs and everything. Yeah, it's good.
It's really good. Like, every character is really well developed. They all go through growth and a big arc. And I feel like the conclusion was right for it.
I just gotta go rewatch it.
It's good.
It's good, yeah.
Like I could be here all day. There are a lot of comments on that video. So if you want to go and check out a lot more hidden gems, absolutely go check out the comments section for that video. And there is, admittedly, less anime coming out this season than previous seasons. So if you find yourself in
Perfect
need of something to
time.
watch,
Right, exactly. This
we
is
have
why
just given you
some of these
plenty
are coming out again.
plethora of suggestions.
Plethora. I
So
love
we're gonna
that
call
word.
that.
Yeah.
We're gonna put the
What did you think? What did you think of this video?
He had some good points, some difference of opinions
Mm-hmm.
with both the commenters and with us. But I think it's a good discussion starter.
Right? Yeah. That's what I was hoping for with this.
We got a little off topic a few times.
It's okay. So that was our discussion, take, reaction, response, whatever this video ended up being, on Glass Reflections Hidden Anime Gems Commentator Edition. So let us know what you guys thought about our responses, or if you agree or disagree. What's your hidden gem anime? I don't know. Just lay it all out in the discussion, in the comments. Just go. Go, go, go. Also, while you're in the comments, let us know if you want to see more of this type of videos, because this is something we're interested in doing. We do want to discuss anime with you guys more than just, not more than, but we want to discuss anime more than just, you know, what we take in that moment.
Want to have more thought out discussions, reviews, not just current anime, but any anime.
Yeah.
Maybe not any anime, other anime.
Any, you know, anime in general, even, you know? So let us know if you want us to do more of these types of videos in the comments. As always, none of this would be possible without support of our patrons and all of you guys. Thank you guys.
And we just want to give a special thanks to
Brandon Scott,
Dark Demon 913,
Chris Poveroni,
Harley Mero,
Isaac Bedoya,
Phoenix Yang, Jargo,
Nico,
Matt Parker, Tim Kane,
Edwin Ivan Calderon,
Changdo Jun,
Takashi,
Elia Taumata,
Michael Yula,
Kyle,
Jacob,
ASDF 617.
and Poor Yori. It's thanks to all these wonderful people and all of our patrons on our Patreon that we can keep making videos like this one. Thank you guys so much for your support.
Thank you guys.
You guys are awesome.
If you like what you're seeing, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. And if you want to see more, you can check out our past videos.
Don't forget to keep up with us on our socials, linked in the description.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next time.